TCL flew me out to New York for their massive 2026 TV launch event, and let me tell you, those TVs were beautiful. This event was such a cool experience. TCL gave us an exclusive first look at their newest premium TV lineup, including the QM8L, RM9L, and QM7L. And not only did I get hands-on with the TVs, but I also got to meet NFL legend
Eli Manning.
What up, Eli?
You grow up watching someone dominate the NFL, and then suddenly you're at a tech event talking TVs and sports viewing experiences with them in New York City, only in tech. And it actually made perfect sense having him there because these TVs looked amazing for sports. Watching football footage on the giant ultra bright displays felt ridiculously immersive. The motion was smooth, the stadium lighting looked realistic, the colors popped, and everything just looked incredibly sharp and cinematic. I also got to talk with TCL experts about the future display of technology and film some fun interviews throughout the event. So let me take you guys along with me because this launch was very fun. The second I arrived at the venue in New York City, you could feel the energy, huge displays everywhere, beautiful lighting, creators and media walking and testing TVs, experts demoing the TVs, displays throughout the room. It felt less like a typical tech event and more like stepping into the future of home entertainment. And then you actually see the TVs in person, and suddenly every TV you've ever owned starts feeling emotionally outdated. One of my favorite parts of the event was getting to hear directly from TCL's team about where the TV technology is heading. Honestly, we've reached a point where TVs are no longer just TVs. They've become the center of entertainment in our home. From gaming, sports, streaming, movie nights, fantasy series binges, family time, everything. And TCL is clearly pushing hard into making that experience more immersive.
Looking at it as like, how can the TV do more? And in some of those cases, it's like, how can you create and learn and do more with the TV that you already have? And through Gemini and other models that we have, you could enhance the time that you spend with your family in the living room. Instead of just looking at photos, you can remix them, you can create new memories. Instead of watching cartoons, you can create little cartoons that you can watch with your family just through little prompts that you do. It's really a grid of apps, a grid of content. And with Gemini and AI, I think we have a chance to reimagine how people interact with the TV and interact in a much more conversational way back and forth with the TV. So for example, imagine the three of us are sitting around the living room deciding what to watch. We can have really nuanced questions about your preferences, my preferences, and what we dislike. And we can get a response back, have a complete summary of what we're gonna see, what the ratings are, who's in it, and then ask follow-up questions to figure out, is this the right one for tonight? And then furthermore, like imagine we're watching the game and we want to know what's the score in the other game. You can say it and it's rendered beautifully. So really what we see is like the future is like the TV is doing the heavy lifting for you, and it gets out of the way of you watching what you want to watch.
Consumers know these brands and they know that they're getting Dolby when they see the Dolby Atmos and the Dolby Vision logos. That's sort of the way that you understand you're receiving that experience. And so breaking it apart, Dolby Vision is a technology, picture quality technology. It's performed at metadata, and that delivers, takes advantage of the TV's capabilities, not just brightness, not just contrast, but also color and many of the other things these amazing screens do today.
As someone who covers tech all the time, it's exciting seeing a category evolve this fast again. So the TV that completely stole the show for me was the QM8L SQD Mini LED TV for 2026, and honestly, it looked insane in person. The contrast was incredibly deep, the colors looked ultra vivid, dark scenes still kept all their detail, highlights looked stunning. Everything had this cinematic depth to it. One of the biggest focuses this year is TCL's SQD Mini LED and RGB Mini LED technology. And without turning this into a 40-minute engineering lecture nobody asked for, here's what it really means for normal people like you and I. You're getting ultra vivid, true to life color, deeper contrast, insane brightness, more detailed highlights, and a much more immersive viewing experience overall. You could especially notice it in HDR content and fast-moving scenes. Everything looks smoother, brighter, sharper, and more cinematic. TCL really seems to focus on offering premium experiences across different price points and viewing styles. Huge congrats to TCL on the 2026 launch. A big thank you to TCL for inviting me out to New York City for the experience. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to stare judgmentally at my current TV until it evolves.